Hello everyone, welcome to Everyday Essential series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we are going to discuss the important topics from the Hindu as well as the Indian Express and other government sources like PIB and the news on air. So today let's discuss the topics of 10th and 11th of August 2025. First, we are going to discuss about the Equator Prize 2025, and second about the Bharata Wildlife Sanctuary, and third about the Bailey Bridge, fourth about the Shine program, and finally, as part of our African continent mapping series, let's discuss the Angola mapping. So starting with our first topic, that is the Equator Prize 2025. So why we are discussing this? The Bibi Fatima Women's Self-Help Group from the Tirtha village in Dharwad district of Karnataka, that is from India, has been selected as one of the 10 winners of this Equator Prize 2025, which is presented by the UNDP, that is the United Nations Development Program. So let's see what is this prize and what about this self-help group and all other details. So this Equator Prize is the 16th prize. This 2025 Equator Prize is the 16th prize, which is also known as the Nobel Prize for Biodiversity Conservation. So who gives this prize? This Equator Prize is awarded by the United Nations Development Program, that is UNDP, through its Equator Initiative. So we'll see in the next part what is this Equator Initiative. But now let us focus on this year's prize. So this 2025, this prize was given under the theme Nature for the Climate Action. And this year's, the 16th Equator Prize is specially focused on the youth and the women-led climate action initiatives. Youth and the women-led climate action. So this awardees will receive the 10,000 US dollars, and the initiative, whichever is awarded this Equator Prize, the initiative will be recognized during the high-level online award ceremony. And the initiatives or the participants also will get an opportunity to participate in the global events, including the United Nations General Assembly meetings and also the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP30, which is going to happen in this Belém, Brazil. So this year, 2025, the 16th prize was given to the 10 awards. 10 awards. Those awards are from Argentina, Brazil, Ecuador, India, Indonesia, Kenya, Papua New Guinea, Peru, and the Tanzania. So the initiatives or the organizations or the individuals from these countries have been awarded or received this year's 2025, which is the 16th edition of this Equator Prize 2025, which is focused on the theme Nature for the Climate Action. It is given by the UNDP through its Equator Initiative. Now coming to the Bibi Fatima Swasahaya Sangha, which means the Bibi Fatima Self-Help Group. So this was awarded this Equator Prize 2025 from India. This was established in the year 2018 in the Karnataka, that is in the Tirtha village of Dharwad district. So this is the Women Self-Help Group, SHG, which means a women-led initiative. What it does, why it was awarded this award? Because it supported over 5,000 farmers across 30 villages. This SHG supports 5,000 farmers across 30 villages. How? Through millet-based multi-cropping, seed banks, and solar-powered processing. So this initiative, this Baby Fatima SHG focused not only on the traditional knowledge but also on the regenerative agriculture and the renewable energy. So that's how it restored the biodiversity, food security and empower the marginalized women and the youth as the agripreneurs, also thereby advancing the climate resilience and the equity. So this women self-help group focused on 5,000 farmers across 30 villages in building this climate resilient agriculture by focusing on the millet based multi-cropping, seed banks, and the solar powered processing, thereby blending both the traditional knowledge as well as the modern renewable energy. So that's why it boosted the food security and also helped in the conservation of the biodiversity. So that's why it was awarded this Equator Prize 2025 by this UNDP through its Equator Initiative. Coming to the basic details of this prize. So this prize was launched in the 2002. It is an annual prize. It is awarded every year. And it is also known as the Nobel Prize for Biodiversity Conservation. So what is the objective of this prize? So through this prize, it recognizes the outstanding community efforts. Community efforts only. Remember, community efforts. So that's why SHG, women SHG are the community-led efforts. So community efforts in reducing the poverty through the conservation and the sustainable use of the biodiversity. So this BB Fatima Women Self-Help Group focused on the millet-based multi-cropping seed banks and the renewable energy sources, right? So that's how they save the biodiversity through the sustainable use. So that's how they reduce the poverty also. So this prize recognizes the outstanding community efforts which aim to achieve or reduce the poverty through the conservation and the sustainable use of biodiversity. So which initiatives are eligible under this scheme to get this prize? See, community-based associations. One is the community-based associations or the organizations, and the women's associations or the organizations, and the youth groups or the organizations. And this year, 2025, that is the 16th group, mainly focused on these two aspects. That is the women-led and the youth-led or initiatives. And also community-based enterprises as well as the cooperatives also. And also indigenous or the ethnic minority groups or associations and non-governmental organizations also. So these 6 initiatives are eligible to get this award. And see, this award was announced on this August 9th, which is the International Day for the World's Indigenous Peoples. And now coming to the eligibility criteria. See, these are the initiatives, right? Now coming to the criteria. There are 3 criteria for being recognized under this award. That initiative must have been in existence for at least 3 years, or the actions taken must have been in place at least 3 years. The initiative must be started before 3 years and the actions must have been in place for at least 3 years. So the BB Fatima initiative was started in 2018. So it is eligible to get this award. And the nominee must be either a local community based group operating in a rural area based in a country receiving support from the UNDP, or an indigenous peoples community in any country operating in a rural area. So this Bibi Fatima community is a community based group also operating in the rural area, that is the Tirtha village. And now the actions must be nature based and must deliver benefits related to 2 or more sustainable development goals. So this Bibi Fatima initiative is also the nature based solutions. So these are the 3 eligibility criteria. Now coming to the Equator Initiative. So we discussed this prize is given by UNDP through its Equator Initiative. So what is this Equator Initiative? This initiative will bring together United Nations, organizations, governments, businesses, grassroots organizations to recognize and advance the local sustainable development solutions for people, nature, and the resilient communities. So this initiative will bring together all the organizations, NGOs, business, and the grassroots organization to recognize and advance the local grassroots level sustainable development solutions for the people, nature, and the resilient communities. So this is all about the Equator Prize, which is also known as the Nobel Prize for the Biodiversity Conservation and the Equator Initiative. Now moving to our second topic, that is the Barda Wildlife Sanctuary. So why we are discussing this? So August 10, that is the World Lions Day. So on this day, to commemorate or to celebrate this World Lions Day in India, the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, in collaboration with the Forest and Environment Department of Gujarat, will celebrate this World Lion Day at Barda Wildlife Sanctuary. So in India, we are going to celebrate this World Lion Day at this Bharda Wildlife Sanctuary, Gujarat. So this sanctuary spans across 192.31 square kilometer. It is situated across the Porbandar and the Devabhoomi Dwarka districts in Gujarat state. So two districts, Porbandar and the Devabhoomi Dwarka districts. So this Barda Wildlife Sanctuary is the second home for Asiatic lions. Second home. So what is the first home for this Asiatic lions? That is the Gir National Park of Gujarat. So it was established in the year 1979. So it was declared as the wildlife sanctuary in the year 1979. Before that, it was as a private reserve. And the rivers of this wildlife sanctuary include Bileshwari River and the Jogri River. And two dams also there on this wildlife sanctuary, that is the Kambala and the Fodara Dam. Also, the ethnic races of the tribes also lives in this wildlife sanctuary. Those are Maldaris, Bharwars, Rabaris, and the Ghadvis. So, to to protect the Asiatic lions apart from the Gir National Park. So this Gir Bharta project was launched in 1979 by the state government to build a second home for these Asiatic lions apart from the Gir National Park. So now, as of now, 2023. This Bharda Wildlife Sanctuary hosts 17 Asiatic lions. So, apart from this Bharata Wildlife Sanctuary, so your homework today is to go and search about this Asiatic lions and the Gir National Park of Gujarat also. And moving to a third topic, that is the Bailey Bridge. So what is this Bailey Bridge and why we are discussing this? See, we have witnessed the cloudburst and the flash floods in the Dharamli district of Uttarakanshi, right, in the Uttarakhand. So regarding that, the construction of this Bailey Bridge along the Gangotri National Highway, which is aimed at restoring connectivity to the disaster hit areas of Uttarakanshi and also for facilitating the transport of the food supplies, was in its final stages. So this was said by the Uttarakhand's Chief Minister. So you can see this is the Bailey Bridge. So what is this Bailey Bridge? So it is a type of a portable, prefabricated and the truss bridge. It is a portable bridge and the prefabricated. That means the bridge, the steel panels are before initially only arranged and they can be assembled by bringing the prefabricated parts. So that's how they can be easily assembled and they transported. So this is the Bailey Bridge. The name has come from its inventor, that is this Sir Donald Coleman Bailey, who was a civil servant in the British War Office. The Bailey Bridge was first used in the 1942 by the British Army in the North African campaign. And it was extensively used during the World War II. And this Bailey Bridge is made up of modular steel panels which are easily transported and they assembled. So this Bailey bridges serve as a beacon of hope during the disasters for getting emergency aid and for restoring the connectivity to the flood hit or the any disaster hit areas. And now coming to the fourth topic, that is the SHINE program. So this SHINE program was launched by the ICMR, that is the Indian Council of Medical Research, in collaboration with the Department of the Health Research. So this SHINE stands for the Science and Health Innovation for the Next Gen Explorers. It was developed or launched by the ICMR and the Department of Health Research. So what is the aim of this SHINE? That is to introduce the students, particularly from the 9th grade to the 12th grade, to health and the biomedical research. Still now, over 13,000 students from 300 schools have been participated in this SHINE program. So what are the activities included? Those activities include the lab visits, poster walks, exhibitions, film screenings, along with the interactions with the senior scientist also, to get the real work experience or the real experience of regarding this health and the biomedical research. So what is the significance of this SHINE program? See, if the students from this grade 9 to 12 have been exposed to this real world health and the biomedical research, so they will ignite the curiosity and fosters innovation, and they also choose the careers in the science also, and this will build a future ready workforce in the public health research. So from this, with this program, we can see we also utilizing our demographic dividend also. In the early stages only we are initiating the, or we are igniting the curiosity of the students to take part in this health and the biomedical research. Now coming to the final topic, that is the Angola. So it is situated here. Angola, it is here. Sorry, it is not a landlocked country. It is a country in the western coast of the Africa, and its capital is Luanda. And see, here it is bordered by the Republic of Congo. See, here it has this one part. This is also Angola. This is the Cabinda, which is the exclave of this Angola. Exclave means some part of this country is separated by this main part. You can say this is the Cabinda, which is in this Republic of Congo. This is also Angola only. Cabinda is the exclave of Angola, and its borders are Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, and the east we have the Zambia, and in the south we have the Namibia, and on the west we have this Atlantic Ocean, and it has this Cabinda exclave also. And this Angola is the second largest Lusophone nation. So what does this Lusophone mean? Lusophone means the Portuguese speaking nations. Portuguese speaking. So Angola is the second largest nation to have many Portuguese speakers. So what is the first largest Lusophone nation? That is Brazil in South America is the first largest Lusophone nation. That means it has the Portuguese speaking people more. And its highest point is Mount Moco. Coming to the rivers of this Angola, see, there is this Congo river which forms boundary with this Democratic Republic of Congo. And next Kune, which forms boundary with the Namibia. And next Kwanzaa, which is entirely in the central part of this Angola, and it is the largest river of this Angola. Here you can see these rivers. See, it is the Kwango River, DRC. It forms boundary with the DRC. And next the Kwanzaa River, which is the largest river of Angola, and it is located in the central part. And next is Sunan River, which forms this boundary with the Namibia. And there also we have this Kubango River, Kuto River, Lungebunge River, and also Zambezi River, which forms the boundary with the Zambia. Here it is this Cabinda. So that's all for today. Thank you.